My friends, today I stand before you with a heart both heavy and hopeful. Heavy because we bear witness to a moment in our history when fear has been deployed against families, and hope because I believe in the unyielding spirit of justice that still lives in this great nation. We are confronted with a profound moral crisis in our immigration system, a crisis that tears at the very fabric of our promise of liberty and justice for all. For too long, our immigration policies have been broken, angling bureaucracy, devoid of compassion, and blind to the dignity of those who come seeking a better life. It is a system that fails to honor the countless contribution of immigrants, laborers, dreamers, neighbors, fathers, and mothers who have enriched our communities while yearning only for opportunity and peace. In recent weeks and months, we have seen that crisis exposed in ways that should shake every conscience. In Minneapolis and cities across our country, thousands of federal agents have been deployed in sweeping operations that have terrorized immigrant neighborhoods and frightened entire communities. What was called the largest immigration operation ever brought with it things that recalled neither justice nor humanity. Heavily armed agents conducting raids, dragging men from their homes, and leaving families in fear. In Minnesota, we have seen U.S. citizens, grandfathers, workers, neighbors, detained at gunpoint and pulled into the freezing snow, stripped of dignity and explanation. We have seen federal agents enter homes without clarity on warrants. We have seen peaceful observers and protesters treated as criminals, and we have seen lives of everyday people upended in a haze of confusion and fear. Let us make no mistake, this is not how justice is done. Justice does not break down doors without due process. Justice does not mistake civic dignity for guilt. Justice does not turn neighbors into strangers by asking for papers on the street corners. And yet, this is the reality we face in Minnesota, in Chicago, in communities large and small. Federal immigration enforcement carried out without transparency and with muscular force has descended on cities and leaving families to wonder whether the land of the free will stand for them as well. There are those who argue that this is simple law enforcement, that these actions are necessary to uphold the rule of law. I will not dispute the need for lawful, safe immigration processes, but I say to you today that a law that takes no account of justice, humanity, or mercy is no law at all. If our laws lead us to detain citizens and immigrants alike without clarity or compassion, then those laws must be changed. We must demand a path to citizenship that honors the dignity of all who make their way, legally or otherwise, to this land. A path that is not clogged by endless delay, that does not turn families into involuntary exiles, that does not pit neighbor against neighbor in fear. We must ask, how can we call ourselves just when the promise of this nation rings hollow for so many? How can we claim the mantle of freedom while our immigration system remains broken and punitive? I say to you that justice demands more. It demands a system that sees immigrants not as criminals, but as contributors to our collective story. It demands pathways that recognize the humanity in every individual. It demands that we treat our neighbors with the respect and fairness we will want for ourselves. Let the immigrant workers whose hand build our homes know that they are welcome. Let the child who dreams of education know that this nation honors their future. Let the parents who work tirelessly to provide for their family know that they too have a place in their community. And so, my friends, let us rise up with a renewed sense of purpose, not with fear, but with courage. Not with division, but with unity. Not with anger, but with love for justice. For as long as our immigration system denies a path to citizenship, we deny a promise of America itself. As long as families live in fear of unwarranted raids, we betray our own creed of freedom. As long as we can be stopped without cause, detained without respect, or judged without compassion, the dream of equality remains unfulfilled. Let justice roll down like waters, and let righteousness prevail in our hearts and in our laws. Let us march forward, not towards fear, but towards the future where every soul in this nation, regardless of origin, can stand tall with full measure of their rights, dignity, and dreams. And when that day comes, when justice and compassion finally embrace our immigration system, then we will truly know that our nation has become what it was always meant to be, a home not just for some, but for all.